Okay, we're going to try some depopulating. So, kind of want this upside down. Yeah, hanging on there. Give me a second to put this on here, how I want it. Okay, got this hanging upside down on here. I've got it on full temperature, top oven only. It's been running for a few minutes. Just a little test. I've got pliers so I can shake it when it's inside, and I've got this tool here so I can scrape it to try and make the pins and all the little parts come off. So let's give it a whirl. Worst thing comes to worst, capacitors are going to pop. Hopefully it won't cause any damage to the oven. We don't know yet, but that's the worst thing that can happen. So let's give it a try. Got a tray on the bottom to catch anything that falls. Alright, let's wait a few minutes. Okay, we're at 2 minutes. That didn't work. Put that back on, hold on. Okay, a bit more secure now, let's try again. It won't go right up the top, so let's wait a few minutes again. Alright, second attempt, we're at just over 2 minutes in, and something's just fell again. So yep, that's hot. These are not the right gloves for it, but capacitor. 1, 2, 3 capacitors. Crystal IC. And small gold corner BGA. Okay. Let's reset up that board again. If you're ever going to do this, you do need to make sure all the screws are out of the board. Okay, I'm reset up. Stopwatch has started. See how long it takes. Okay, I'm at around 2 minutes now. $2.20. $2.37. Oh. it just dropped at 250, so 3 minutes. Same drop, like I said. Oh, it was one of the spools with some copper on it. Another thing just fell. I think at 3 minutes 30 I'm going to shake it, or try to shake it again. 10 more seconds. Okay, so have a look at all the bits. A couple of ICs have fallen, mostly capacitors, a couple of copper spools. Okay, not bad. Okay, so now we know about 3.5 minutes, 3 minutes in, stuff will start falling. The trouble is with one shelf, you've got to pull it out, reset up another board and do it all over again. But, you know, manually doing it takes a long time as well. So let's shut this back up. I'll be back in. Let's reset. 4 minutes. Okay, capacitor did blow up inside. Nice little bang. Opened it up, and then another one blew out of the other door when I opened it. So, not everything's off. But that's okay. Got to test these things. Okay, maybe another board. Okay. Third attempt, same board. I did have it open for a while before I put this one in. It's all the lovely little bits. Let's turn the camera here. So far. I'm standing to the side here when I open it. Oh, don't worry. Okay. It's got some pins. And another BGA. BGA can stay in there. I've got an IC here. Come off, come off, come off. Okay. The other thing I'm thinking is maybe a baking tray on top of the hobs and leaving it on there and scraping it off, maybe. And, you know, just put them up one at a time as they come off and stuff. Maybe even a combination. I can't really do both because you can only have 2 on at a time. But still, you know. Stop for a minute. Okay, attempt 4. I'm waiting for the blocks with the metal pins in to fall off. There were 2 capacitors left, so I just ripped them off, so we shouldn't have any more popping. And let's just see. Yeah, see, it's just not going in up there. I would like it in at the top. There might be the bracket at the back that I've got stopping it. Alright, let's try 5 minutes. I'm just going to let it run now. Stop timer when one of them blocks falls. Okay, 5 minutes in, they've not dropped, but I did just hear like weird noise. So let's keep waiting. Okay, something just dropped. 6 minutes in, but not one of the big metal casings with the USB slot pins. So let's keep waiting. No capacitors now, so we shouldn't have to worry about any popping. Okay, 10 minutes in, still no dropping. I'm going to open it and just push the scraper along. Alright, there goes one, okay. That one doesn't come out. Oh, that one just fell. Okay. Right, got it. Okay, it's moved. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Now, still some MLCCs on this side of the board. Okay. Test is over. Off. There we go. Right. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Right, now. As you can see that we've got some solder on top of this. I'll scrape that off, which we'll need later anyway. Okay. Better gloves, welding gloves. Okay, Let me see, can you see all these bits? Okay, so this is just test one. Okay, now this is our board. There is nothing on that side. We still got a tiny little BGA there, and never mind. Almost though. Almost. And a couple of ICs are still stuck, but that's not bad, is it? Almost a completely clean board. I would probably take off the capacitors first. That way, if you open it, it's not going to hit you. You don't have to worry about the glass breaking from it popping. And I would also probably want a tray within this tray, so I could pull it out and empty it. And a second rack for another board. When this one's done, I could put it off, put the other rack in, close it up, take this board off, set up another one. So that's what I'm thinking. So, but today's test is not too bad. So we'll have a look at the goodies in a minute. Okay, so gold corner chip, lovely. Gold pins in there. We need to sort that out. Looks like plastic melted a little bit, but hopefully that won't affect us. There's only one way to find that. Okay, so look. Yeah, okay, so we have to do some prep work before we depopulate some of these boards. Not a lot of prep work. I think some of it might even be able to be done manually, like these little boards might be easier to do manually. I just grabbed this box because it's the easiest one to grab, to be fair. There's no other reason for that. But I don't know what's in the box, so like I say, just grab it and pull it. A lot of small boards. I was hoping for some big boards. Okay, so things like this with screws in, we've got to make sure the screws, is there any in the back there? There's probably screws in the back of this. Yeah, there, I see. Little screw there, 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 and there. So you have to make sure they're all undone. Unwanted bits, capacitors, I'm going to take off. Make sure all the screws are out. IC chips that you can just take out easy. And cables that are connected. Okay. What else is in there? So this is probably held on by some screws and solder. Yeah, there they are. Any of this tape stuff I'm going to rip off. When it's laptops, there's always screws. You've always got to look for screws with these laptop boards. Okay, so that should just pull off then, shouldn't it? Anyway, well, we'll do prep work on camera and off camera. Lots of little things in this one. So some of it we're going to do manually. There's no point in putting like a tiny little board in the oven. See? Wait a minute. They're not gold pins. They won't look gold to me. Can't see in there very well. Maybe they are, maybe they ain't. You know. If you look on the back there, you can see the pins going in. They are gold, these ones, on this little button board. But I might be able to just get the pliers and hold it on one end on either side of the pliers and just twist, and then that'll all come off, and then that can just be thrown in the microwave. You know, as far as I'm concerned. There's a lot of crap, sorry, there's a lot of bits and bobs on this one, so I'll probably just, I can see the gold pins there, take off the capacitors. I might put this one in the oven. Some gold in these jacks, that's good. Okay, this is a good one to start with, I suppose. Okay, oh, that's some nice gold pins. Yeah, and remember we got gold pins in all these as well. So you can try and rip off, but you don't need to. Oh, gold pins in there look lovely. So, nice board there. There we go. So, unscrew the heat sinks. Make sure the cables are off. The batteries, definitely need them off. So, yeah, cool. I'm going to recover some copper this way as well. And there you go. Make sure that's off. More fingers there as well. Awesome. Okay. So first board, we're trying to prep that. Probably would have just burnt off actually. I don't know why I did that bit. So I suppose any paper you won't have to worry about, it'll burn off. Okay, so this is the problem with laptop motherboards, there's a lot of junk on them. Okay, so come up. There we go. Right. So that's now up. Got some gold fingers. I was going to say gold pins and gold fingers we got there, and I see tiny little gold connector here, and whatever's under here. There we go. VGA. Looks like a tiny gold oscillator. So I'm just throwing everything in here for a minute. That needs further processing. Then go in a microwave. This is junk. That's in. I've got a bin next to me. Just gonna go in a bin. Wow, that is really stuck down. So how old it is. Okay. So no. Move along here a little bit. What's next? Oh, we got a bit of tape here. It's horrible tape. Under the pad here. That'll just melt. Got some plastic here where the pins are. Get rid of that and all. Not all the pins are going to be gold. Okay, what else we got? A bit of material tape. That can come off. Okay, what else can we see on this side? A couple of screws. I've got one here. So there's one there. And another one here. And I've got another two here. And I have to take them off. Otherwise my pins on the other side here won't fall off. And you're going to get a lot of this with laptop boards. So let me find my screwdriver. Okay, my flash has just been disabled to stop the device from overheating. So anyway, I'm just going to use screwdrivers. Unscrew these 4 screws. And then we'll turn it over and have a look at the other side. Okay, but we definitely want the screws out, or all our bits and bobs won't fall off. All our pins and connectors that we want. Okay, come on. There we go, that's that one. One more. Okay, that's that side. Okay, let's start over here. Got this plastic cover. Sorry. There we go, that's off, that's junk. But we've got all these nice tiny little gold connector pins here. Now you can manually do this, but I always find it's a horrible process for me, so I don't do that, which is why I brought the oven. Okay, let's move down. What we got down here? A little bit of tape here. Some more material tape here. Mostly looking for screws that I don't want. This should burn off. A little bit of rubber material tape stuff here. It's gone. Right. Heatsink. It's an aluminum heatsink. We want that. A little bit of clean alley. We don't want this battery on there. That will definitely pop in the oven. And there's another bit of cable there. So, as far as I can tell, I can't see any more screws. I think this board is ready for the oven. Okay. Now let's try and get through this whole box. There was one more thing I did forget. I'm going to rip off these capacitors, because we don't want them popping, do we, in the oven? I mean, probably wouldn't affect us too much, but you know. So just 2 on this side, and I can't see any others this side. So, right, is that another plastic pin there? Another plastic pin there as well. That one's off. It's off, that's off. A little bit more tape. Yeah. Okay. Right. I definitely think this one's prepped now. Okay, we're ready for the oven with this one. That's fun. That's what I'm up to so far. It's 10 o'clock now. Can't quite remember what time I started. As you can see here, some of these boards have got a lot in this one anyway. Obviously not this board here. Still got everything on it. But this board here, you can see the RAM slots here have gone. Still got some BGA here, but one of the ICs are missing here. As you can see. But we've still got this one here. So, partially depopulated already, and I've done that manually when I've done that. Which takes a long time, but still doing this still takes a long time as well. Getting a nice little pile now. Ugh, cracking on, cracking on. Okay, so we're pretty much done here. I'm ready to put them in the oven. Got some small bits, some larger bits. So we are going to get some ICs, some pins, some gold corner chips. So there is a lot. Some of it is depopulated, like I say, but the box is pretty much empty. Still little bits and bobs to sort out. You know, copper to get out of there, like that. So there's loads of them. Some of these pins here to sort out. So that was a few hours last night, a few hours this morning. So maybe 2 this morning, 2.5. Oh, just doing the one box, and it's not even been put in the oven yet. So, okay, here's our second shelf. It was too thin, so I just had to bash it a little bit on the corner here and here, and it came out a bit thick. Too thick, then I had to squeeze it back in. But it fits in there now. A little bit of a tight push, but you know, as long as it goes in. Then I found these tent hook things. I've just woven in for a second in between the struts here. And the idea, and I got this off the back of the last one. Hopefully I can fit in between here and hang it, and then just rest it in there, hopefully. So let's give it a try. Okay, so I've got 2 thin boards, and they just sort of hook under in the middle and there. Okay, I'm going to double glove up because the gloves were a bit thin yesterday. Let's just see. Okay, that's the second tray ready to go in, and the way I've got them is so the socket is upside down that way, and that way that can fall first, even though we've got some stuff in the back. Okay, so as you can see here, I left a couple of screws so it didn't come off. But I scraped it clean, so there's a few boards there done. Got a few boards up here that still ain't done fully, so I'd like them fully done. Here's my bits, as you can see, some gold corner chips, sockets. Oops, hang on. Let's go down here. Right, sockets. ICs, PCI slots, RAM slots, all sorts from LCCs. So it is working. Every time you open it and put the new tray in with some boards, you've got to wait like 10 minutes because it's got to heat up again. So what I'm doing is I'm opening it, I'm shaking the boards, quickly scraping the boards. They fall into there. What's left goes up here for a minute. Then I put a new one in, put everything in there. It's going well, I think, actually. So slowly but surely. It's a bit slow, but you know, I still feel like it's better than manually doing it. And this is what I've got: woolly gloves on underneath this in here, just to protect my hands a little bit more. And it is working, so you know, it's still hot but not burning me. So we continue. Okay, we've had one round now. That's just one spin of the timer, basically. And we got some fully depopulated boards. You got to remember, some of these were already partially depopulated, so this isn't absolutely filled with junk. Yeah. I will check and make sure I've got all the MLCCCs off that I want. Okay, is that 3, 4, board 5, still a little bit on this one, little MLCCCs here. 6, this one went a bit peaked on. 7, look at that. 7, 8, 9, about 10 boards there. Okay, I'm quite pleased with it. I've got to do dinner now. This is brilliant for me because this is one of the main things I wanted off, because when I do them manually they broke and you lose pins. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. So that's something else we need to process next. Well, you know, once we got them all. But it's going well. I'll do some more later, a little bit more tomorrow, depending on the weather, of course. Yeah, that looks alright. That's blown up capacitor. Going well. Okay, do some more in a bit. Now there are some scrappers out there that ain't gonna want to do the gold recovery, and that's fine. You can sell the boards, or you can get the chips off like this. These are two-sided ICs because the pins are on two sides. Okay, you get loads of these up. You can sell them on eBay. I've seen these being sold for about £15, £14.99 I think it is, per 100 grams at the minute. In the States they do it per pound, and these are four-sided ICs because they've got the pins on the four sides. Same thing. People prefer it like that because they can guess or estimate how much more they're going to get. So if I was going to separate these and set them, I'd have the four-sided ICs separate from my two-sided ICs. And then we've also got the, let's see if we can find them, gold corner chips. They would be separate as well. They would sell for more. I don't know how much these would sell for at the minute on eBay. I've not seen anyone selling them. And I'm just looking for BGA, which basically means it's a chip without the pins. Okay, there you go. Ball grid array, BGA. Okay, and I would have them separate as well. So, or you can just sell them as mixed ICs, but I would go for the separate way. Okay, so you don't have to do gold recovery. You can just do this, something like that. Get a nice pile, job done. Well, dinner's over, but as you can see, it's a bit too dark to continue. There we go. So I'll just back in here. We'll have to do it in the morning, continue, and then release the video. Yay! Okay, I just got some of these boxes on the side, and I just thought I'd quickly show you. So these are my processors that need sorting. These are the connection blocks for the processor pins, and this is what I mean when you try taking them off manually, they break, look, and you lose pins and everything. So these are my ceramics, a couple of black fibers, not many, that's like 2 black fibers out of God knows how many laptops and computers, and that's the ceramics. These are the pins I was sorting out last night. Basically these are fully gold plated pins, just a little bit, goes all the way down to the solder basically. So I know the different types, but that's that. Gold corner chips, I've already separated the ones we had. Tops and bottoms ICs are thrown in there. That's mixed ICs. These are the partially plated pins, low grade. These are my USB blocks, these are low grades. So I'll throw them in there for later processing. USBs. So you just go through it. So USB block, can't see it. HDMI's as well can go in there. All them kind of connections. There you go, USB. So yeah, now that'll be sorted. Let it fill up, sort it out, and then process that. These are the chips nobody likes. They're just nothing to recover from them apparently. These are my pins I've still got to sort out from the laptops, and this is another USB, so another bit of garbage to go through slowly but surely. USB. It's just that's the process. And you just go through the connections, separate them. I mean, you could process them as they are if you wanted, but you're going to have a lot of rubbish you don't need in there. See, I'd like to take off the metal on the outside here before I throw these in my pins. Right, so woke up late today. Me and the missus were having a drink and watching a film last night. So it's already early afternoon. So I've still got loads to do with the oven, but that's all I'm showing you today. That's it for this video. Next week we should have some stannous chloride to make, and we're going to make it using the solder. Dropped it, never mind. Right, so using all the solder that's come off these boards, and hopefully acid stage 1, where we get rid of all the fingers. Oops. Or acid stage 2 should it be. Basically we're gonna start processing this, get ready for our gold recovery. Alright, thanks for joining me. Like, share, subscribe, and join me in next week's video.